Hi guys, so today we are going to review the Sony Xperia 1 Mark III camera. So first thing we'll be checking is the basic mode. So from the GUI of the basic mode, as you can see, you have all the 4 cameras. Okay, you have the resolution, the flash, the drive mode, the bokeh, and the adjustment for the light. So this one, you can adjust if you want the picture to be warm or to be on the cold blue one or the warm one. Here, if you want to adjust the lighting exposure. Next one is the bokeh for the background. Okay, so for the drive mode, inside you can do the timer. Continue shooting for low and for high resolution. And for the flash, and this is for the selfie, capture, and to switch. Okay, so let's go first with the menu. So for the menu, I'm setting it with the aspect ratio for 12 megapixel. The drive mode, this is single shooting. Flash mode is off. Soft skin effect is off. Focus mode. Focus area color. Enabling if the face or eye autofocus. QR code. So this one you'll be using it for scanning QR. To adjust, to put the guide. So these are the grid lines. Zoom volume keys if you want to use it as a zoom, volume, or shutter. Audio signals. Storage if you want to save the picture or video in internal or SD card. This is for the GPS, for the coordinates. So if you press the camera key, if you want to launch the Photography Pro. Shooting mode at launch, if you want to always start with basic or the one you actually use. Transfer tagging. And this is for the introduction. So if you want to learn more for each one, you can go for, like example, the drive mode. It will show you what are actually the features for this one. QR code, camera lens correction, so for this one, it will be showing you the GUI of the camera. Okay, so now let's start with the normal shot. So for this one, it will be the 24mm, our 16mm, and this would be the 70, and the 105mm. So later on, I'll be showing some of the sample pictures more from the outside picture. Okay, let's check the more option under basic. So they have the slow motion. So here, if you want to zoom in, oh yeah, for the slow-mo, it's in default for HD or 72p. For this one, not bad. Okay, next one. Okay, the portrait selfie. So I know this camera is not really good, or it's not the strong point for the selfie camera, but since I'm doing a review for the camera, so I'll be showing you what are the options. Okay, so here you can see from the right side, you can adjust the face, you can enlarge the eye, skin brightness, the skin, I think it's like a beautification and bokeh effect. And on this side, if you want it to be like on the mirror, if you want like a touch capture without pressing this one, okay, resolution and the timer. Okay, next one, let's go with panorama shot. So here, okay, I think better just like this. So this is the shot. Okay, next one. Okay, the creative effect. Okay, and the creative effect, so you have normal, brightness contrast, hue saturation, mirror, old film, motion effect, mosaic, motion trail, nostalgic, miniature, vivid, tint, fish eye, color sketch, pencil sketch, comic, partial color, Harry shutter, and kaleidoscope. So I noticed most of the reviewers doesn't really bother with this option. So since I'm reviewing this one, I want to show on you can actually still play with the camera even though it has a professional side. So with basic side, okay, let's do this one as a sample. Okay, so normal. Okay, brightness contrast. If we select this one, you can adjust it here. And go back. Let's try the hue saturation now. So you can see the color changing. Okay, let's try now the mirror. Okay. Old film. This one is also nice. If you want to take picture like showing like the past. So you have 3 options here. So let's go with the first one. A little color. Second one is like a light. And this is like the black and white option. Okay, motion effect. So motion effect, if you can see, if you move, like it's showing some notes here, stars. The middle one is like a bubble. Okay, psych. So this is for those who wants to blur something. Adjust different ways on how to censor it. Motion trail. So this is like for moving. Or it's like the superhero effect. Like running. So nostalgic one, you have yellow and blue background, like a temperature one. Brightness for it. Adjusting it. Miniature. Too small now. Okay, vivid. This one, if you want to like oversaturating the colors. So if you think the picture you're taking is like kind of soft, you can use this one to adjust. So you see, you can make it colorful. Tint, you make it like black and white or more on the yellowish side. Fish eye. No other option for this one. Color sketch. pencil sketch, comic, okay, partial color. You tap it if you want to put some color. Nice, right? Yeah. Higher shutter. So adjusting it, more color. And here if you want like to overlap the colors. And then the kaleidoscope. So those are the extra options for the basic camera. So now we'll be moving with the auto. So auto mode, which means the camera will automatically detect the type of scene and take photos with settings and everything. So you can see on the lower part, it will tell you which camera, the shutter, the exposure, and the ISO. So here the camera will do everything for you. Next is program. So the camera will control the shutter speed automatically, but the other settings, it's up to you. So like for this one, let's change. So as you can see here, it's more detailed with the program one compared to the auto. So display, if you want to level. So later I'll be showing also some samples of the lenses I took outside. Okay, next is the program one. Then shutter speed priority. So here you can adjust your shutter, but your ISO is always on auto. So you can play with this one to make it brighter or darker. So let's try this. And not bad, right? And you can play with this one so that you can actually get the taste of what how the picture will look like. You don't really need to depend on the AI. That's the better with manual. So here it is, the manual. So for the manual, you can control everything from shutter to ISO. Okay, you also have the RAW or RAW JPEG and JPEG only. White balance. Or flash mode. So drive mode. Focus mode. Area, if you want wide focus. Okay, the exposure, the ISO, metering mode, HDR or D-range optimizer, the resolution itself, and here the information, and for changing lenses. Okay, so menu, you can see here all the options I set up. RAW JPEG, the ratio or resolution one, drive mode, zoom in, exposure one, focus, and setup. So here I put object tracking, especially if you want to focus literally on a moving object. Zoom SD. So if you're taking RAW and JPEG format, it won't allow you to save on the SD card. I hope maybe they can actually have the option to save, since we have faster memory cards now. So I think that's the only drawback as of now, aside from the selfie camera. So next, we're going to Camera Pro. Okay, someone asked me in my unboxing if I can change the camera while recording, sorry. The answer is no. You cannot change the camera, or the lens, when taking video. So once you started with this lens, we'll be recording for the whole event with the camera selected. So for here, you can choose, see, you cannot change unless you create. Sorry, I need to adjust a little bit. Okay, let's do like this one. Sorry, you didn't see this part. Okay, let's zoom a little bit. Okay, so for this one, you cannot change anything unless you open a new project. So let's do this one. Okay, so you can choose if you want to start an internal or an SD card. So later on, I'll be showing all of these video tested I do outside. Okay, the date today. Okay, where's our subject? Okay, so we're actually on the 105 millimeter. So let's go with the normal one. Resolution 4K. So if you go 4K, so this it will inform you that you cannot go with SD card if you want to use 60 FPS. Okay, so when it comes to this one, mostly you can go with 30 if you want to save using memory card. That's another thing. So the best thing is you do it on your internal. Later on, you need to copy it to your SD card. Look, soft monochrome, soft, cool, strong, warm, bright, opaque, and the Venice. This is a really nice one if you want to do some like movie-like capture. FPS also. See, you cannot change FPS if it's located in the SD card. So here, like I mentioned, once you started recording, you cannot change the lens anymore. ISO maximum here is 800. Shutter 360, and this is actually for the white balance. Okay, focus, one manual focus, and here if you want to adjust the audio, so display, it will show you the metering. You can see in this side. Okay, so let's try one. I'll be moving this one. Oh, okay, also this part. Okay, when you click this one, you will see all the projects you have. sample one. And stabilizer. So, okay, let's start a project here. Okay, so let's go with this. And let's do the 120. Okay, adjust to 800. Yeah. Let's put some light on a little bit. Okay. So let's start. Oh, this is the 120 FPS. So once you set up, that's it. You cannot change it. So let's try another one. Okay, let's go with the Venice. Okay, let's start recording again. I think I need to adjust a little bit. 360. So this will be the Venice. So let's see. So that's the sample for the FPS 120. Okay, so that's it for my review with this one. So now I'll be showing some of the samples of photos and videos after this part.
So come along and take